What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Kinstretch class brought to you by Stretch Effects. My name is Coach Luke, and I'll be taking you through today's 30-minute foot and ankle focused Kinstretch class. So the feet and the ankles work intimately together, whenever we're walking, whenever we're doing any physical activities. So today's kind of class is going to look at how they function together, but also work on them individually as well. So we're going to go right into our seated ankle cars here, just to get the ankles warmed up. We're going to do ankle capsule cars, and then we'll get into some toe cars, and we'll get going. So, this position here, you're going to just take a seat, make a figure 4 leg position. So, take the side of your left foot, place on the floor, throw your right calf on top of that there. If you prefer to use your block under your calf, you can do that as well. We just want to make sure that this leg stays locked out, because if this leg stays locked out, we're not going to be able to rotate the tibia, which is what we want. We want to be able to just rotate the ankle over a stable leg. You will find that your leg may want to rotate in or out, so just make sure that this leg stays locked out, and hold that femur in place just to make sure that nothing else moves except that ankle. Okay, so we're going to start with 3 clockwise ankle cars, and then go 3 counterclockwise ankle cars. So we're going to start plantar flexion, go internal rotation, so it's inversion, come up, flex that ankle, come over the top and out, and down. So you just want to draw a big, clean circle as if you had a magic marker on the tip of your big toe. And you just want to take into account anywhere that maybe it's a little choppy, maybe you cut the edges off a little bit. Just really work on making the biggest circle you possibly can. Let's do 3 reps. Let's go back the other way. So go out, up, in, down, point that toe, go out, up, in, down, last one, go out, come up, in, back down. So we'll be in plantar flexion here, so that's pointing the toe. We're just going to work some capsule cars. So you're really just trying to get as flat along the top side of the ankle as we possibly can. From there, we're going to go internal rotation, external rotation. So just think inversion, foot goes in, eversion, foot goes out. Just try to point that toe, try to point the sole of your foot out, try to point that big toe out. We got one more. Go in, squeeze it, out, squeeze it. Let's come up halfway to dorsiflexion. This would be full, come to about here. And then instead of just pointing the toe, so like in or out, think rotate the sole of the foot. So we're going in, feel that stretch on the outside of the ankle, and out. So we're going to be working on today, so just take into account how this feels to stretch the outside and to contract the inside. And then vice versa, contract the outside in eversion, stretch along the inside. You got one more, go in, squeeze it, make sure nothing else is moving. And out, and then last one, let's go full dorsiflexion. And then same thing, so just like rotate the sole of your foot in, rotate the sole of your foot out. In, out. If you have any ankle issues in your life, ankle sprains, or just do not have the mobility around your ankles like you should, that's me in particular, this will feel challenging, but also feel good at the same time. Good? So from there, let's go and switch ankles. Throw your left calf on top of your right foot. If you want, if you feel like you can keep the leg still without having to hold the femur, you can lean back and just kind of really just focus there. But that'll take some practice to not move the rest of the leg while you keep that ankle. So if you need to, grab that leg again. We're going to go 3 clockwise. So in this case, to go clockwise, we're going to go out, up, in, down, out, up, in, point that toe, down, last one, out, up, in, get back to that plantar flexion, and switch. Go in, come up, out, down, in, up, out, down, last one, come in, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, come all the way up over the top, point that foot out, and down. So from there, we're going to go plantar flexion, so really point that toe, squeeze it as much as you possibly can. Foot may cramp in this position if it's not used to being in that position there, so that just means you spend more time. Okay, so from here, we're going to go internal or inversion, So feel the stretch along the outside of that ankle, feel the contraction along the inside, and reverse. So out, squeeze, in. You notice you got more going in than you do going out. That's completely normal. Just like all of our other capsule cars, don't just work back and forth, right? But just work and squeeze, push into that, hold it for a second, feel it, feel the contraction, and then go out, squeeze, and then let's come up halfway. 135 degrees, I think it is, for all my geometry people out there. We're going in, so point the sole of that foot in. See how you can see the bottom of my foot? So I'm not just doing this, I'm not just pointing that way. I want to try to rotate that foot in, rotate the sole of that foot out, feel the contraction on the outside of your leg, outside of your ankle, in. If you need to move back, that's totally normal. It's totally okay as long as the rest of the leg is not moving. Also, I notice your toes like to do some funky stuff here, that's cool too. Just shows how intimately linked they are. Let's go to the last one, dorsiflexion. Rotate the sole of your foot in, so you can see the bottom of my foot. Sole of the foot out. So you're trying to turn that foot out, feel that outer ankle contract. 2 more each way. Out. In. Out. Whew. Ankle should be nice and warm. Okay, so we're going to go right to our toe cars. We'll do our toe cars from the seated position here. Makes things a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean back and just have all my toes lifted and spread into the air. And I'm going to place them on the floor as spread out as they can possibly be. From there, I'm going to press my 4 toes down, just lift my big toes. Big toes down, big toes up, big toes down, last one, big toes up, squeeze them, try to fight to get higher. We need about 60 degrees of active big toe extension, which is what we're in right here. So if you realize that you do not have that even in the seated position, that would be something we need to work on, which is what we're going to be working on today. So from there, let's go big toe down, 4 toes up, try to lift all those toes, press the big toes on the floor, keep the ball of your big toe down, use those arches, back down. 4 toes up, big toes stay down, back down, back up, back down. From there, let's lift all those toes again, so spread them, it's called abduction. From there, keep the toes up, just press big toes down, big toes up, big toes down, big toes up, big toes down, big toes up. Last one here is called the piano key. So we're just going to go pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe. So I'm here, pinky toes down, 2nd toes down, 3rd toes down, 2nd, 4th, and big toe. So I'm here, pinky toe, 2nd toe, 3rd toe, 4th toe, 5th toe. If you need to go 1 foot at a time, by all means do so. The slower you go, the more control you have over each individual toe, the more it's called intrinsic foot strength. The healthier your feet are going to be, healthier everything will change and function as well. So let's go pinky toe, super slow. 2nd toe, 3rd toe, 4th toe, big toe, and shake them out. So the lean back position is a little bit easier. So if we make it more challenging to do your toe covers, you do them from a standing position, or you can do them from a half kneeling position. So from here, it's going to be a little more challenging. The more I dorsiflex my ankle, the more challenging it's going to be. And then if you do it from a squat, that's going to be probably the most challenging position to do it from. So practice those toe cars. The better you get at them, the better they're going to feel, of course, but then also healthier your feet are going to feel, healthier your feet are going to be. So from here, we're going to get into some big toe extensions. So exactly what we were talking about. I'm going to grab a block if you have one. You could also do this in a doorway, like on the edge of a doorway. You could do it from, if you're like a desk, if you have like a table you could use. So anything that you have an edge that you can put your big toe on and then have space on the outside to do your toe car. So do your big toe pivot and rails. So what we're going to do So because in this case I'm using a block, I'm gonna have my big toe up in the extension here, and I'm gonna take that block and I'm just gonna go here. So I'm gonna hold this block just like this in this position here. So see how I'm getting that big toe extension? My big toe is up as high as it can be, right? So you can also use your finger, pull it up a little bit higher. This is also easier, of course, if you have a doorway, if you have somewhere that you can use as a table, something you can use. Elevate your big toe and then have your 4 toes on the floor. So you see it from this side. My big toe is up, and then my 4 toes are on the floor. So I'm just getting extension through that big toe. So that's going to put a stretch along the bottom side of the big toe, what we call the progressive angle. And then from there, I'm just going to hold this block there, and I'm just going to breathe. I'm going to relax. As I relax more, as my big toe relaxes into more of a stretch, I can slowly walk this block back, or I can bring my toe higher up onto the block or onto the wall. Of course, this works easiest in a doorway, something like that, if you have a rack in your gym. But for the sake of the video, I'll be using the block. And then also because I'm in a more dorsiflex position, it's going to be more challenging, but more stretch on that tissue as it's all connected, right? As this stretches, this stretches, this stretches, this stretches, and then I can stretch on my toe. Hang out here we've been hanging out here for about a minute, so if we go about another minute. My pills contraction. We're pressing big toe down into the block as if I was trying to do this, right? So I'm trying to contract what's being stretched. I'm going to build that up for 10 seconds. I'm holding max effort for another 10. My rails contraction, I'm trying to pull my big toe off of the block, right? So I'm trying to extend my big toe more and pull it higher up into the air. While I do so, it is totally okay for your other 4 toes to go as well. Just try to get a full contraction of toe extension, trying to get it light in the block with that big toe. So you're actively trying to contract everything on top of the foot to make sure that we can kind of work both ends of that joint, right? So it may seem kind of weird if we work on the toes, but like we said in the beginning of class, to have good gait mechanics, to have good kind of walking, kind of good efficient movement, we need to have about 60 degrees of big toe extension, which most people do not have. Most people do not have anywhere close to that. Just like you probably felt with the toe cards, you also need a good amount of, toe independence, right? You're able to control each individual toe, have good strong feet, and have good healthy functioning gait mechanics, and be able to do all the things that you want to do outside or inside with your feet, right? Which is just about everything. So, okay, let's take a breath in, hold that block nice and tight. Brace that core, and then slowly start pressing down with that big toe into the block, driving down, building up 10, 9, 8, put a dent in that block, 7, 6, track everything on the bottom, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then max effort, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rails, try to pull away, try to pull that toe off of the block. Keep trying to pull that block in to make it even tighter. Lift all those other toes. Let's go for another 10, 9, 8, 7, feel that foot, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just relax and walk your toe a little bit higher up on that block, higher up on the wall, higher up on the bookshelf, whatever that you're using. See if you can get more toe extension this time. I'm just going to hang out here for about 30 seconds. We're going to do one more set. So hold that block tight if you're using it like I am. Try to get the most amount of extension as you can here. In this case, let's keep these toes down. Make sure the ball of your big toe, the ball of your toe stays on the floor, just so we're getting active toe extension, or passive toe extension in this case, but we're not using the rest of the foot to lift up, just getting the stretch on the bottom side of that big toe. Okay? Take one more breath in so you can get a little bit more stretch. Breath in, solidify that core, and then start driving down again into that block. So start building up. 1, 2, 20%, 3, 30%, 4, 40%, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 100% effort. Press down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rails. Try to pull off, pull off, pull off, pull off. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Lift, lift, lift. Get light in that toe, get light in that toe. Keep going, keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Go a little bit higher. Ooh, and switch. Very nice. That's 2 sets. Big toe extension. Again, if you have a doorway, you have a wall, use the edge of that doorway, something that's solid. You certainly can use a block. So I got a video doing the block just so you can see how you would do it with an alternate setup if you did not have a doorway, desk, or a table to use. Okay, so now we're big toe extension on the right side. Keep trying to fight to get more. Make sure the ball of your foot stays down. Get as much active passive toe extension as you possibly can. And breathe. Just like anything else, just like the toe has muscles in it, just like every other part of the body, right? So you breathe and relax. You've got 2 minutes to pass your stretch. 10-second ramp, 10-second max at the pills, 15-second rails contraction, trying to pull away for 100% effort. Rest 30 seconds. I'll repeat one more time. What you gotta do, 2 hands, 1 hand. Just make sure you get as much extension as you can on that toe. Feel the stretch on the bottom side. Good. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Nice. Breathe. Do those pails, right? Build up to 100, that 100%, just like even though it's just your big toe. Really work to create 100% effort contraction there, and then that rails contraction, really try to pull that toe away. Okay, so take a breath in, push that core, start going down into that block. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Max effort. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rails, try to pull. Keep the balls of your toes down. Really just try to lift those toes. Track everything on the top side of that foot. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax and bring the toe up higher. Trapped it in that stretch position, your body's going to give you a little bit more range of motion to play with. Trust that range of motion because you're able to use it, you're able to contract in both directions. Rest here, we got 1 more set. Then we'll do some ankle inversion, eversion work. Breathe, see if you get a little more now. Good stretch on the bottom side of that toe. New for you. This is something that you definitely want to work on. Like I said, the better your gait, the better big toe extension that you have, the more you can push off, the more efficient you are. Not only will it be better for all the other joints, but you'll actually save energy per step. Okay, let's take a breath in. Brace that core. Start driving down. 1%, 10%, 20%, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100% effort. Body's nice and tight. Start driving down. Crush it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rails. Try to pull up. Keep going. Balls and big toe stay down. Just try to lift that toe off the block, off the barrier, whatever you're using. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it a little higher up. Get that stretch, feel it, and throw your block off to the side. Very nice. From there, let's just get right into some ankle eversion, tails and rails. So for the ankle eversion, my eversion would be here, right? So as I evert, if I was not to control my shin, I would externally rotate my tibia as well, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand on the top side of my calf here, or top side of my shin, and then I'm just going to pull the shin lateral to medial, right? So I'm trying to pull it in this way so I don't externally rotate. And then I'm going to pull my ankle, not from the top side of my foot, but kind of mid-foot into eversion. So not only am I blocking external rotation with this hand. I'm also blocking with this arm to not let my whole tibia rotate out. Just rotate out from the ankle. Get a stretch here, and just focus on breathing, relaxing, trying to get as much eversion as you can from that ankle, right? So not just putting it out, but also rotating the sole of the foot that way, okay? So this position here, foot's right in front of me. Good eversion stretch. Just try to relax. Just like anything else, just breathe. It's a good opportunity to work on your belly breathing as you're right on top of that belly. So as you inhale, think stomach expands into that thigh. As you exhale, stomach moves down, goes off of it. Think about 4 or 5 count inhale, 8 to 10 count exhale each time. Okay, the more you can relax, the more inversion your body will give you, the more stretch your body will give you in any position that you're trying to open up. Okay? Tail's contraction is driving the foot in towards the resistance of my hand, right? So I'm trying to come out of eversion. I'm going to inversion, but my hand won't let it because my hand's not only holding it, but it's also now going to try to pull it out into more inversion. Build up to 10, hold max effort for 10. Rails contraction. I'm trying to pull my foot away from my hand into more eversion, contracting everything along the outside of that ankle. Okay? Take a breath in, solidify that core, and then slowly start to drive into the resistance of the hand. Hands trying to pull that foot out. Build up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80%, 90%, and 100% effort crushing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rails, try to pull that foot away from the hand. Hand stays still. Foot is now just trying to rotate out, trying to get more eversion, trying to get more of this direction. Shin is not moving, just contracting along the outside of the ankle. Feel that stretch along the inside of the ankle. Keep going, keep going, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And relax, shake it out. Very good. So now we're going to go inversion. So I'm going to pull here. So I'm just going to hold just like this, right? So as I come from here, left hand will grab the bicep. Heel will be in the floor. And I'm just going to pull there. If you want, you can hold the leg here just to make sure the whole leg doesn't rotate. You can hold the tibia here just to make sure we're only getting inversion. So you feel a stretch here. We'll be contracting here on the rails contraction. So just use this hand on the outside of the foot. Get that stretch there and just try to relax. Remember with inversion, sole of the foot goes in, right? It's not just rotating this way, but the whole sole rotates in. Feel this stretch there, okay? Up here, one set of pillars and rails on this side, you put it together. And then we'll switch ankles, we'll go eversion, inversion, all the day. Okay, let's take a breath in. Solidify that core, and then slowly start driving out into the resistance of the hand, building up 10, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100% effort crushing. Feel all this contracting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rails, try to pull that foot away from the hand. Try to rotate more. Feel all of this stuff working here. Feel all of this stuff stretching. Pull off that hand, get more inversion. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Very nice. Okay, let's go through sides. So here, left leg goes under. We go into eversion, which would be foot going out this way, right, but not the whole tibia. So I'm just going to have this arm hold the shin in place. This arm comes along the outside of the leg, just to make sure I don't rotate at all there. I'm just going to relax and I'm just going to pull my foot, hold my ankle, not whole leg, right? So the whole leg can go. Get tight. Just pull the foot and the ankle externally. You're going to get a stretch. It's not going to be a crazy stretch here probably, but you just will get the stretch on these tissues on the inside of the ankle. And when we do our rails contraction, you'll get the contraction on the outside. Okay, so I'm going to hold here, here. Focusing on breathing. Just relaxed. The more stretch you can get without the rest of the leg moving, the better. As you relax more, you're going to notice that your body gives you a little bit more range to play with. So we do that 2-minute stretch. We got to give that body time to relax in that position. We got to give those cells time to recognize that actually, in fact, are being stretched. 30 seconds, although you can do these in 30 seconds, you're not going to really get the most out of them until you kind of hold those longer stretch positions. Okay, so let's take a breath in. Go up our core, whole body's nice and tight, and then slowly start driving into the resistance of the hand. Hand pulls out into the foot. Build that up. We're at 20%, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100% effort crushing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rails. Try to pull that foot away from the hand. Keep everything still. Really grab that shin. Make sure nothing else rotates. Just try to rotate that foot away from the hand. There's more eversion. Feel that hand stay right here. Try to rotate that foot out. See if my shin's not moving. Nothing else is moving. Just that foot. Rotate. Squeeze on the outside of that ankle. Keep going. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Ooh, feel that contraction here. Last one. Inversion. So heel stays on the floor. Rotate that foot in. Tibia stays here. You can grab the tibia there. You can grab the top of the knee. We just want to make sure this doesn't move. Even hook here. Make sure that doesn't move. Just get a good stretch alongside the inside or alongside the outside of that foot. From there, stretch the outside ankle, outside foot. Breathe. See if we can get more. Yeah, last one here. Okay, grab the outside of that foot, outside of that ankle, get a good stretch. Take a breath in. Brace that core. Start driving out in the resistance of the hand. Try to pull the hand, hand tries to move the foot in. We're building up. We're at 30. Don't let it go. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100% effort crushing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rails. Try to pull that foot away from that hand. Try to rotate more. Inversion. So the sole of the foot's going in. Try to pull away from the hand here. Get all of this being stretched. Contract everything along the inside. Really squeeze. Really squeeze. 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 Get more. Get more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Ooh, yeah, that's inversion, eversion, tails and rails. So really gonna want those because if you're someone who has limited ankle dorsiflexion, we actually need to improve our inversion and eversion before the dorsiflexion really has potential to improve on a higher level. So if you're someone who needs to work on those, I would say work on those at least twice a week intensely, but then each stretch of internal inversion and eversion pretty much every day. Continuous improvement. So work on those big toes if you want to have healthy functioning feet. Work on those ankles in inversion, eversion if you want to have better dorsiflexion for your squats and everything you can do with those ankles. And again, that was a 30-minute big toe or toe ankle focused Kinstretch class. I hope you enjoyed it. It's the often neglected areas of the body that people tend not to think about, but it's the area of the body that we spend the most time on. So the better that you get with those feet and ankles, the better everything else up the chain is going to function. So thank you for joining us in today's 30-minute ankle foot focused Kinstretch class. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you at the next one.